Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Houston Element Podcast. My name is Missy, and I'm your host. And today, we're doing another remote session because there is no artist too far for us to want to talk to and learn more about their wisdom and knowledge. We got double trouble for you today. She's an actress, she's an artist, and just a bad MFer, I guess. So triple, awesomeness, okay? Miss Jenna Rae Frank, aka J Rae.
That was the best introduction, for real. That was so legit. I loved it. she's a triple threat. Oh, for real. Thank you for having me. I love your podcast. I love what you do and just the energy you bring. Just some people don't got that energy you work with, but other people you're like, okay, you're cool. You're different. I see that within you. So I appreciate you for having me today.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it because I'm so awkward and I'm just trying to deliver the best experience possible. So thank you for the feedback.
I that way too. I have bad anxiety with social, and I'm working on that. A lot of it is just because of COVID too. That's a lot. That kind of made social anxiety and stuff worse too. But no, I'm the complete. But we're doing good.
Yes, girl. Okay, small victory is still a victory, but you got some big victories.
You said you got some big victories. Just a few.
So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Jenna, but also go by J Rae. I was born in Los Angeles, but now I live in Houston. I got a movie coming out next year, Legend of My Dragon. I also do music. So I have a song with Jed Young, and he passed away. Rest in peace. He passed away in July. And I had this song for 3 years, and I just never really took my music career serious because I just wasn't in the right mental spot, But now that I'm taking it more serious, music and acting is really my everything. I'm just a big, I'm just a big bubble of energy everywhere I go, and I like to help people. I like to, let people know that they're not alone in their struggles. I just for people to look up to me and just, any type of way. So, yeah.
I respect that, man. And my condolences about your friend. I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you, for real. No, it's crazy. So, because I had that song for 3 years, and then my blood sister, who had a baby, passed away last October. So it's been a year. And then he passed away in July. And I'm just that's so crazy, just how life can just fly so quick. I think that's why I have a more better head on my shoulders, because I know how life can be taken away and other people take that for granted. You know what I'm saying? Even your family, I would do anything to see my sister one more time, but people, have siblings or this and that, and just take advantage of, fight with them, or, maybe not talking to them, over something dumb. It's I know what life, really, really means. So I feel that kind of put me a step ahead a lot, with even my music and acting and just, connecting with people, type thing. So, yeah.
Very true. You can get a lot of things back. You can return a lot of things, but you can't get back or return time.
Oh, exactly. Now, the only thing really promised in life is death. So, it's you gotta, that's the only thing. And, that's the only thing that can't be taken back. If you lose some money, if you, fall out with somebody, you can get that back. You can, run your bag up again. But it's death is different, so it's just knowing that you aren't promised to even see tomorrow. Some people don't wake up in their sleep. There's however many deaths a day. People just aren't really, really knowing what life's about. And it's every single person has a purpose, or you wouldn't be here today. If your purpose was done, you would be done. So it's every day, grinding to find yourself more, to find your purpose and why you're still here. I feel a lot of people just aren't spiritually woke to that, So, yeah.
I mean, regardless if you think this, that, or the other, there's a way to explain it. But the point is, don't take nothing for granted.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's the only thing, I don't know. It's just showing gratitude too. Like affirmations are a big thing for me, like showing gratitude, like just, I'm glad to be, like awake today, like, telling my family I love them or what I do have left. It's very important to show gratitude and just to be in the present moment too, because a lot of people live in the past, the future. It's like you got to be in right now in this time. And, that's like a big thing for me too. And that's a big part of my personality too, is just like motivating other people and like really like living what I talk about too. That's like a big thing. Like I won't speak on something unless I'm like somewhat healed from it. We're not going to be 100%, healed from stuff or even death or anything, but until I'm like at a good point where it's like, okay, like I'm going to tell you, what helped me. And that's just like the truth. A lot of people just talk, like give advice, but like they don't really live it, so that's like kind of my motto, I guess. Yeah.
We have those days where you're like, I don't want to wear pants or, I don't want to wear my tie at work. I don't want to tie my shoes. But you know what? It's you got to do what you got to do to make the day go.
Exactly.
So can you tell us how you got into the artist kind of, industry, not just as an artist musician, but as an actor?
Okay, so definitely the actor part was my dad, like watching my dad, like, I don't know, like just do his thing since I was a kid. Like, I don't know, like I've been used to like, walking out of airplanes and like mobs of people, so it's just like that. But I've also seen what the industry can do to you too. You know what I'm saying? Like there's two, like, like ways, but I saw like the good and the bad of fame, But I was like, oh, I know I'm built for this, though, because, even the bad parts of fame, like I've seen it. I already know that, you don't really know like about, certain things. People promise you stuff in the industry all the time. But, me just growing up seeing that and seeing how like strong my dad is, too, for certain things, it kind of motivated me like, oh, OK, this is what I want to do. But it was like, OK, yeah, acting's cool. I love it. But music, like this is different. Like that was my thing. It's like my dad's is acting and I love acting too, don't get me wrong. But like what I really, really want to do is music, because I just feel like it's almost like when I'm freestyling, it's like, I don't know, I'm just like self-consciously just healing everything. So that was like my way of like healing, but also doing what I want to do. And it's like, help other people too. But definitely watching my dad just, as I grew up, kind of just like, this is what I want to do, like, and we're so similar too. Like sometimes we bump heads because we're so similar, like, so, but yeah, that's definitely like the main reason that got me into it was definitely my dad. And just, growing up, going to comic book shops and just seeing like the fan base and really the influence he had on people and stuff. So I feel like that was like the biggest thing for me. Yeah.
So did your father work in the industry and entertainment or entertainment industry?
Yeah, so he did. So yeah, I don't know if you know, but he was the original Green Power Ranger. So yeah. She's no, for real though. Yeah, Tommy.
I'm professional.
Girl, it's okay. Shoot, it's Tommy. Like, come on.
It's freaking Tommy, dude. I mean, he's technically also the White Ranger, but yeah. White and green.
For sure. And the red and the black and Zeo, Turbo, all of it. Yeah, for real, Dino Thunder, yeah. But definitely just growing up watching him too, and just, like I said, seeing both sides of fame. That's why I feel like I'm one step ahead. Because what people struggle with like, fame and like maybe letting certain stuff get to them, or, what I'm saying? I've already like been kind of like preparing for this stuff since I was a kid, So I feel like that's kind of how I found my path in music too. Because it's like, okay, like I see everything, okay, and then boom, type thing. So yeah, but he is the biggest influence on some like real life stuff too, not even acting, not even just as a person too. Like, and my mom's is too, of course. That's why I'm like, kind of amazing because, I got my dad's blood and my mom's blood. No, I'm just joking, but not for real. Like they're actually the two most like humbling people too. And that's another thing, being humble. It's like, like, shoot, I've been like everywhere around the world, like not everywhere, but, I've been to a lot of different countries and, I've done a lot of different things and stuff. And, like, I just remain humble and, like, cause I know that, like that's a blessing to be able to travel or to be able to do this or be able to touch people's lives, all that stuff. That's why you got to stay humble, you know. You never know. What you have today could be taken away from you tomorrow, you know. So it's just keeping it like cool, you know. Yeah, for real.
Eat your humble pie with your peas and say your graces.
For real.
Okay?
Exactly.
Doesn't matter how you do it, just do it, friend.
Do it for real, you got to. It don't matter what, you just got to. For real. So I love, it's off topic, but I love the lights in your back. I need to get LED lights in my room.
Thank you, Amazon's finest. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. You know. Okay.
I love the way that it's like shaped too. It's just bomb. It's unique.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to make it an environment for creation, you know.
Yeah, vibrant. I see that though. Like I see it. It's like, you know, clear, vibrant energy. I see it. It's good.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, for real. No.
So would you say that that your first as far as art passion, it was acting and then it grew into musician as a vocalist as well?
Yeah, for sure. Like definitely. And also like I don't know, I just like being like a motivational speaker too. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that I want to do kind of like falls in like with like each other. Like I'm a big thing about like mental health and like, you know, being like aware of like your feelings and stuff. Cause I've been there. Like I said, I'm not the type to talk about stuff unless I've been through it. That's why it's like, you know, like even with anxiety, like this is all stuff I've been diagnosed with, you know, so that's like a big thing for me is just spreading like awareness to that, you know, through my music, through, you know, saying like really whatever, through culture, you know, that type of stuff, and through acting. Cause it's like every project I'm going to be working on from this day forward is going to be meaningful. It's not going to be, you know, just personally, I wouldn't want to be like in a funny movie. I would want to be like in a real movie, like, you know, like that's just me, you know, that's just kind of just, I don't know. Yeah.
I feel that, man, you know, and it's not to disrespect comedic actors, you know, but you know, especially getting into the role, you want to make sure you present yourself to be versatile. So I respect that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hey, don't get me wrong. Comedy movies, like I love to watch them, and like I love those actors. They're funny. It's just, you know, like for me, I feel like everybody has like their type of music or their type of like, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's personally like, you know, my little style, I guess, just like more, you know, authentic, like type of, even with my music, I don't talk about certain stuff that, you know, like what's popular in the industry, and that because of that reason, it might take me a little bit longer to get out there. For real though, because I'm not like, you know, or even showing off my body, all of that stuff. I'm not. So, you know what I'm saying? That's like trending nowadays, and talking about all of these things that are just, you know, negative, like in both the rap or whatever, you know? So it's like, I'm more authentic. So it's probably gonna take me a little bit longer to get out there with stuff, but it's like, it doesn't matter. As long as I save one person's life, that's all that matters. I don't care about like, if I save one person from, you know what I'm saying? Like on a really bad day, they, you know, and I saved them, like, that's all that matters. It don't matter about anything else, really, or likes, none of that. It matters about, like, connecting here, you know? So it's like, yeah.
You, in the pool of two kind of artistry, I don't think you're going to have an issue with that, okay? Because nothing speaks more organically, without word, without anything, without motion, than art, music, acting.
You're right. No, yeah, exactly. And that's why it's like, it's crazy because literally everything I want to do is just falls into one category. It's something I want to do since I was a kid, just like, you know, like just seeing movies and stuff. And then I always had a dream when I was little. And I don't know if you ever used to have dreams whenever you're a kid that you like remember. I used to have dreams of like me like on a big stage, but like just a lot of flashlights and stuff. And I never really understood what it meant until I was older, because I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, my younger self was like, okay, like you just hang on, like you don't even know what's coming, you know? So yeah. So I've always kind of seen it for myself though.
You just got the vision of inspiring people, man. I respect that, man.
Thank you for real. And I feel like the law of attraction, you know, like what you speak is what you get. And you know, that's a big thing for me. Because, you know, it all starts up here. If you just like, you know, I saw like this quote And it was like, life isn't like what's, thrown at you. It's like how you handle that, or something a little bit different. But it's true. It's like how you react to it. It's not about what happened. Like, yeah, you're gonna be hurt in life. But it's like, I saw another one. It's like, it hurts to stop, but it hurts to keep going. Like, you don't have a choice, So it's like, it hurts either way, So it's just, yeah.
Yeah. Like, and I respect you guys, especially, well, I mean, actor and musician wise, because music is more personal kind of thing, but acting still, you putting your personal self in your roles, you know what I'm saying? And it takes a lot out of you, and you're doing it for entertainment, for inspiration, for art. I mean, and y'all do it like 7 days a week, 24/7, like it's nothing.
That's so funny. No, for real though. And that's why it's like, it's crazy because even acting is such a different field than music, because it's like when I shot like the movie, it was like, okay, like, here's the set. Like, you need to look at that couch. You need to build memories in that couch. And you need to literally get your mind like convinced that like you're like this person, to really show like raw emotions. Mm-hmm. Because if you're just like, oh, okay, like my name's Ashley in there. Oh, okay. Yeah, my name's Ashley. Like, no, I got to feel that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like you have to be able to tap into emotions too, like really, really quick being an actor, because it's like, okay, like think of something that makes you sad because you got to cry. Okay, snap, done. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot like mentally too. So you have to kind of like, I don't know. You have to be a specific type of person to be an actor. For real, if you look at a lot of actors, they struggle with ADHD or something. Like, if you really look at them, yeah, for real, like ADHD or maybe like bipolar or something, like another mental illness or something. And it's just crazy because you have to be a specific type of, like have an emotional switch like that to be an actor, kind of. Mm. Yeah.
So I do want to ask you about your latest projects in your acting career and your music career. So we'll start with your movie career, Legend of the White Dragon. So what is the premise of the movie?
So basically, so it's me, my dad, and my movie mom, right? So it's like we're, obviously the little family. So everything's basically based on us. I can't say too much, but, if there is more after this, it will be, probably based on us type thing. If Legend of the White Dragon continues, it'll probably be based on us for sure, though. Definitely. But it's like the main thing is just, his family, just trying to save his family, a lot of stuff going on. It's not like Power Rangers at all. Mm-hmm. Like, and I think people are going to kind of be like confused on that because it's a complete different universe. It's a little bit darker. It's a little bit, like more realer, like, tattoos. Like, it's a little bit different for the older audiences. Not where it's like terrible bad. Like, no, don't get me wrong, but it's not just, like what you saw Power Rangers growing up. Like, it's a little bit different. And we have a whole bunch of like really cool actors in there. Like, I'm excited. Like David Ramsey. We have a lot of people from Marvel. Wow. And yeah, I'm excited for sure. But yeah, I can't say too much. Trust me. I wanted to,
Of course. But the coolest part is you get to work with your dad, you get to work with your family, like bring my daughter to work day. Like, that is so rad, man. And I'm sure that he's living his best life too, saying, it's my daughter right there. I made that. It's all me right here.
Telling me too, he was like, Jenna, like, if you like weren't talented, like there's only so much I could do, like we would have to cut you if you're not doing it right. It's our movie, there's a lot of money into this. But boom, first time I made some girl cry. Swear, literally, my first ever, like, when they're like, hit your mark, my first ever tape, because it was like a really emotional scene. And like, you could just see it on my eyes. You could just see it on my like body language. It just seems so real. And like, this girl was like started like, not like bawling, but like tears. She was like, oh, that made me like, gave me the chills and stuff. So I was just like, I get it from my dad. For real though.
Okay, greatness doesn't fall far from the tree. Okay,
exactly. No, for real. But it was such a blessing working with him on set. It was so like It's funny because me and my dad, like growing up, I would always do little scenes with him, but we're just so much alike that we like laugh every time. You know, it's like action in it. Like, it's so, oh gosh. But it was fun. Like, we actually got to work and like cry and like, you know, there's like a scene where it's like, I haven't seen him, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, like I see him and it's just like the emotions and like my eyes and my body, you could just tell. And it was a blessing to work with him though, you know, because that is my dad. So it's like, I'm playing your movie daughter, you know, like that's crazy because I'm it's crazy.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So when can we be a rough estimate be expecting the release, or is that still confidential at the moment?
No. So it is going to be released next year. I do remember my dad telling me that, but I don't remember if it's going to be like in the beginning or the end because we haven't like finalized it. I think they were mentioning, but go off of anything till it's 100%, you know. Okay. But I know it's next year. But I don't want to give like a day and like, it's not. So yeah, but definitely next year for sure. So
excellent.
And theaters and everything.
Well, I'm going to be on the lookout for that for sure, because I just love anything to do with like martial arts or anything like that, you know, that kind of story, action movies. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that.
Yes, for sure. I'm excited. Like, I think we're going to do the movie premiere. I don't know when we're doing that. Probably next year too. Definitely next year. Maybe like this year. I don't know. It just really depends when it drops. But I'm excited to do the walk on the red carpet.
Excellent. Yes. And then you get to get a new outfit. Yes. Yes.
New purse, new shoes, new watch, new chain.
Okay. Get your hair did, nails did. Okay. Yes, honey. Yes.
Everything. For real.
So let's talk about what's your newest projects in your music career. So your latest singles, you have Love Letter and Heartless. Can you tell us more about those songs?
Yes, ma'am. So Heartless is the first song that I dropped. That was 2 years ago. But I have like 30 unreleased songs. I have maybe more, honestly. I probably have like 40, 45, honestly, now that I think about it. I have a lot. So it's like I have all these, you know, songs unreleased. I just never really dropped them. So 2 years ago, I dropped Heartless. So Heartless got a good amount of streams. I think like 30K, 40K for like my first ever. That was cool, right? Whatever. So I dropped that 2 years ago. And then I just dropped the music video to that like a month ago. Like, you could just tell I've been like, you know, busy with other things because that's like a whole year and how like that's a long time, you know. So I dropped the music video and then I just dropped the song with Jetty Youngin. And that's a song I was 15 when I recorded that. So it's like, you know, like it's meaningful too because it's Jetty Youngin, but it's like, don't get it twisted because I was 15. It's still really, really good. Don't get me wrong, but I'm so much older now and I feel like, you know, I like it, but I just feel like as an artist, you know, you critique yourself. So I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, I was 15, you know, I mean, I think it's still good, but you know, now my new stuff, oh man, people, no idea. Like this new stuff is different. Like, I've been through way more stuff since I was 15. I lost my sister. I went through this, that, and a lot of stuff, you know? So it's like my voice, tone, pain, everything level has changed, you know, and my music. So, yeah. But, I mean, I still love them. They're still cool. I like Heartless a lot. I like Love Letter. You know, I was just really young. So, you know, I feel like I'm much better now. But, I mean, I still love it, though. It's cool, you know?
Excellent. So are you working on an EP or any kind of album with these singles perhaps?
Yeah, for sure. I'm dropping the Jetty Youngin like music video, so like behind the scenes kind of music video thing, because I got a couple of clips while he was, you know, there that night. We just never got a chance to shoot an actual music video, so I'm gonna drop that and it's gonna go on World Star. So that's probably gonna blow up. That right there is probably gonna be like, okay, like, you know, because I think it's at a couple thousand streams. I mean, it's only, I don't know, it's only been maybe like a week, I think. Yeah, tomorrow will be like a week or something like that. So, I mean, it's doing good. But after that thing drops, oh, yeah. T.H.E has like 2 million. World Star's got like 10, I think. So, I'm definitely going to be good. And then I'm dropping a single for my grandma who passed away. So, I'm going to drop that next month because she passed away November 15th. So, I'm going to drop that November 15th. And then I'm going to drop an EP after that with like 6 or 7 songs. And then it's just up from there. And then, you know, just singles every other week.
Staying grinding, honey.
Exactly. You have to. And life's too short, man. Like, I got too much unreleased stuff, you know. Next thing I know, it's like, you know, never know a time. So, I don't know. I just want to get all my stuff out there, you know. But it's all about being in the best mental spot, too. You know, it's like you doing what you do and, you know, like connecting with people on podcasts and you're just mentally not like, I mean, yeah, this stuff is still cool, but if you're not mentally right, you can't enjoy it. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the most important. And that's why my music career kind of took a long time to take off. And people don't understand that, but that's not for people to understand, you know?
Yeah. You can't rush greatness, you know?
Exactly, that's true. Everyone has their own life story and own, you know, path through life and stuff. You know, it's just everyone's different, you know, so it's like everybody got their own problems, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's crazy that we all have a different fingerprint. That's wild to really think about. There's 8 billion people and we all have like a different fingerprint. That's wild. Like, we're all so unique in like so many different ways. Like, you know, like, that's just crazy. It's like everyone really does have a purpose, like a really big purpose too. And I just wish more people could see it, because then the world would be a better place. There wouldn't be all these shootings and all of these things that are just terrible, you know? It's like if people were just, but you know what it is though, is people are scared to express themselves nowadays too. That's why it turns into anger, which turns into, you know, violence or whatever. So I just feel like if people were more, you know, self-aware and stuff like that, I feel like the world would be like a little bit better place, you know? So that's why I try to spread that vibe too. Like, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, you may see, you know, this and, you know, pretty money, oh, like this, that, like, you don't know. Like, you know, you don't know what I've been through. Like, so I feel like, I don't know, I'm just an authentic person. So other people can really know that it's, you know, like everyone struggles. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter how this or that. Like, we're all struggling. We all believe the same, you know? So, yeah.
That's 100, man. I mean, there's too much beautiful energy and things out there to be, you know, vibing on, dawning on the negative and this nasty stuff. It takes more. The nasty stuff isn't there. You got to create it. So when you're like, the world is nasty, you created it, man. It wasn't nasty before.
Exactly. Think about like years and years ago, like, you know, like it's just different. Like, it's just the violence. Everything's just getting so much worse nowadays. And it really just sucks. You know what's crazy though, I learned from my counselor, is that anger is a secondhand emotion from being sad. So it's just people have been sad for so long that nobody's hearing them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're scared to express themselves, or nobody's just, you know, taking them seriously, that it turns into anger, which turns into violence, which turns into, you know, whatever, like just all the bad stuff nowadays, you know, has anger behind it or any type of, you know, negative emotion. So it's crazy though. It's really crazy how the world is nowadays. But that's why I feel like it only could take a couple people, you know, and then that just keeps going. Just how things, like, it takes one bad influence, it takes one good influence too, you know?
That part.
Yeah, for real though. That's why you just gotta, you know, show your scars. Like, in a lot of my songs, I talk about, you know, like, don't be afraid to show your scars, because that's exactly who you are. And that's just the truth. You know, like being vulnerable and, you know, like showing your feelings and, hey, I'm not okay today. You know, like I'm going through this, like being like, you know, heard, you know, by yourself. And self-love, all of that stuff is like a really, really major key in life. You gotta have all that, man.
Exactly. So, what would you say is the most important thing for you to, you know, to keep yourself grounded and protected as an artist and an actress? You know, you keep your family close, you focus on your career.
Okay. I feel like the biggest thing for me is just, like, you know, meditating, that type of stuff too, because I feel like it's all mental, you know, like definitely my family too, like, you know, keeping support around me too. But I definitely think it's all like you know what I'm saying? Like being protected from any just negative type of energy, or, you know, maybe people that are like, oh, like, you know, you're trash or whatever. Like, I can sense unhealed energy, and, you know, I don't let that affect me. You know, so I just keep myself grounded in my energy and knowing what I know and like, you know, the strengths that I have. I just, you know, I kind of just stay to myself, you know, with that, because a lot of people are going to hate. A lot of people aren't going to, you know, like what you do. And, you know, if you don't got haters, you're not doing nothing right, you know? So, I mean, that's just the way it is, you know?
And to recap, they hate because they're sad, and they're sad because they're not as happy as you.
Exactly. That's true. Exactly. And I'm just not the type to hate. That's why I just don't get it. Like, I'm just the type to show love. Like, I don't think I'm better than nobody. I don't like, you know, a lot of girls are into, you know, beefing and all that stuff. I just honestly, I don't got a lot of friends. I really stick to myself because I just know what I have to offer, even as friendships too. So I just kind of stick by my lonely, you know, because it's like not everyone's going to think like you know, and you can't have expectations on that too. Or maybe the way that you're there for somebody else, they're not going to be that, you know, there for you that way, and you can't be mad, you know. Everyone's different, you know, so just knowing that and not having expectations on people. That's the biggest thing.
100%.
Yeah, for real though.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
For sure. Thank you for having me. Like, I love the vibes, man, like for real. Because I've done a couple podcasts, but I will say, like, I love the vibes of this one. Like, for real. I just love your energy. Like, seriously. Like, I just love it. And thank you for real. And I hope we can work together, you know, later on and stuff. And I can come out there, you know. It's a far drive, but, you know, I'll make it for you, you know.
I appreciate you. No, absolutely, man. And thank you, because like I said, I'm awkward, but honey, I promise you I got a heart of gold. I'm just trying to put it out there, you know.
Me too. I'm the same way. For real, I'm the same way. Well, what's your zodiac sign? I was going to ask you.
Sagittarius.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I'm a Gemini. You're the complete like opposite, which means that you can either like attract really well or not. Yeah, but yeah, I attract that always, you know. That's crazy. You know why? Because my sister who passed away, she was a Sagittarius. She was born in December. So that's like very like that. That's weird. I had a feeling to ask you. You know, it's just little things, little signs. You know, that's how I know she's like here with me today type thing, you know? Yeah, for real. But I thank you so much. This was all vibes for real. And like I said, next podcast definitely will be, you know, down there and stuff, so we can get, you know, a feel in person and stuff like that. But definitely, I appreciate you for having me on here. It was such a vibe. Thank you for real. And
yes, I'm sorry I'm getting all teary eyed because I'm a big old sap. But hey, it's okay. It's okay. We get real on the podcast here, so.
Yes, bro, get real, girl. That's the only way it should be real. Not like, oh, okay, yeah, no. That's, come on. Too authentic for that.
Okay.
For real, yes. Thank you so much, though, for real. And I just want to say my social medias real quick. So my Instagram is at Jenna R. Frank. My TicTok is official J Rae, J-R-A-E. And my YouTube is just Jenna Rae Frank or J Rae. You just type it up and you can look me up. And that's that. But shout out to you guys, for real. I really appreciate you. Deadass, I love your podcast so much. And I really just appreciate you for having me, for real.
Thank you. Thank you again so much. Do you have any little last bit of advice for the listeners this week?
Yes, I do. Don't listen to what nobody says, okay? You do you. And if you have a dream, you cling on to it, okay? And you take care of yourself mentally and physically, okay? Because you're all you got at the end of the day. So you better make sure you're good and you better take care of yourself. Because J Rae's watching.
Okay.
Nah, that's real. And this was such a vibe, for real. I could just feel the energy. I just love it. It was authentic, real. That's what I'm about. So I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your time and for your wisdom.
Thank you. You too, for real. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you guys so much for watching this week. And take some notes, because the Jenna stands for gems.
Facts.
Thank you guys, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.